Hi all, this is Robyan and this is episode number 6 of Heartbeat. We talk about today about Piero Fornasetti. Why I want to talk about this industrial designer. I take my inspiration reading a friend of mine in Facebook, Gianluca Nardacci, who posts many links about industrial designers and most of all Italian industrial designers. Piero Fornasetti is one of them. So I talk about him. The activity of Piero Fornasetti, born in Milan in November 1930 and dead in October 1988, was mainly expressed in decoration of objects, although it has interesting contacts with Italian design, as evidenced by his prolific collaboration with Gio Ponti. His repeated participation at the Triennale of Milan and the drawings made for Murano Glassworks made him very famous all over the world. His inspiration is because he began as a painter, where Piero della Francesca, Giotto, Pompeian paintings, Renaissance frescoes and metaphysical paintings, from which he never ceased to draw inspiration, making the skill and virtuosism his artistic distinction. In Fornasetti shop studio in Brera in Milan, an inspiration of his unbridled fantasy has been decorated with endless everyday objects, like, for example, plates, but engrafted in small series, coffee umbrellas, chairs, tables, chandeliers, car bodies, bicycle, wall coverings, vests, scarf, button, ties, umbrellas, etc., etc., etc. It was, he began to study at the Academy of Fine Art in Brera in 1933, but he was expelled because it was very out of rules. Then he decided to inscribe himself in another school, his Academy of Fine Arts applied to the industry at Castello Sforzesco in Milan. Then he began to be one of most important Italian designer of the 19th century. In Fornasetti studio, shop in Brera, he made many things applied to the everyday objects, and it was very famous for representation in many copies of the face of a very interesting and beautiful Italian soprano called Lina Cavalieri. This craft works, because he repeated this subject on the plates. It made him very famous in the world. He began to take part at the Triennale in Milan at 1933, and he met Gio Ponti at 1940 in occasion of the 7th edition of this Milanese event of industrial design called Triennale. Since then, Ponti will often publish his work on Domus and invited him to collaborate with him in several occasions. With Ponti, he made many things, but we can remember, for example, crystal furniture in Venice, or for example, decoration of Casino in Sanremo, or the ocean liner Andrea Doria and Il Conte Grande, or decoration of Palazzo del Bo in Padua. He made many good decorations all over the world, and with the collaboration with Ponti, it was not limited to decoration of single pieces, but on which Fornasetti prints all his vast repertoire of images, but also covers the environments. For example, as I told you before, another interesting play cards at Lucano's home in 1951. Also interesting are the vases designed in 1940 for Salir glasses in Murano, elegant in simple shapes and painted or engraved decorations, such as those that reproduce the plans of ancient buildings, drawn from the 4 books of architecture by Andrea Palladio. When Gio Ponti died in 1969, the next year Fornasetti began to open a shop, and in his shop he made many interesting objects. We can say about him that he's our Andy Warhol, because he began to reproduce the face of Lina Cavalieri in many copies. Now his son Barnaba still continue his work, because he died in 1988, and you can find him in the website dedicated to Fornasetti design. Of course, if you follow me in my fan page of Facebook, I write many info about him, and also website when you can find these works, and you can maybe buy something. For now, I have finished to talk about Piero Fornasetti, and don't stop to follow me, and I want to thank you because you are very interested about what I am saying during this episode of Artbeat. Thank you all to follow me, and don't stop to do it. In the meantime, this is finished for now, and I say to you, have a nice week, have a nice day today, and we see you next week to talk about someone else. For now, don't miss it, my article on my blog about Fornasetti with photos and videos, etc. Don't stop to follow me in this little episode of Contemporary Art, and for now I say to you bye bye and good art. Bye.